I'm Allee-Sutton Heathcote. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. As you know from the title, today we are reviewing both Matia and 1000 Palms from FULTON and ROARK. These were both created by an iconic perfumer, Frank Vogel. That's why we're grouping them together just as a fun compare and contrast. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. So I've been working with FULTON and ROARK for the past few months and I've really fallen in love with them as a brand. They're an American fine fragrance house and they use top of the line ingredients. They've got really nice branding. I really encourage you to go and check out their website because they have so much great information. I'm learning a lot about fragrance just through my partnership with them and all the materials that they have. Another reason I love this company is because they do get to work with incredible perfumers like the creator of this fragrance, these fragrances, Frank Vogel. Now, if you are not in the trenches of the perfume world, you may not know that name, but I guarantee you know some of his scents, like this, and even this. And that is just scratching the surface. Now, I want to start off today with Matia. In the spirit of complete transparency and honesty, I love Matia. I love the way it smells, but it's far too masculine for me. I think that everybody should wear what makes them feel great, what smells great on their body, and what they prefer. I'm somebody who likes what is perceived as traditionally feminine fragrances, and I think that Matia is beautiful, but it is far too masculine for me. Now, that being said, I think it is a fantastic fragrance, and I'm definitely going to gift this to Monroe because I would love to smell it on a nice gentleman. So the olfactive family that this belongs to is woody, floral, spicy. So right away, those notes kind of, to me, signal that it's going to be traditionally more masculine. And the top notes are cardamom, ginger blossom. The middle notes are carrot seeds, saffron, geranium, and violet. And then it has this base of patchouli, leather, and black amber. So that base, to me, when I read those notes, that to me immediately sets off a masculine kind of flag in my mind. I loved this in the sample set, but I've tried to wear it on and it's just too masculine. I can say this has great projection and staying power. Right when you spritz this, boom, it's there and it stays. I sprayed it on myself out of the sample set and it was too masculine, so I went to wipe it off and I could still smell it the next day. So if you're looking for great projection that's not overpowering and some serious staying power, this is some of the best that I've experienced from FULTON and ROARK. This is completely different from any male fragrance, and let's kind of break down the notes to see why that is. I think the cardamom and ginger blossom opening is brilliant. It's spicy, it's warm, it's sweet. It's that, you know, that cardamom is going to be green and herbal and spicy, and then it's going to be balanced by the sweet, citrusy spiciness of the ginger. And together, when you spray these immediately, you are just like blown away by the complexity. Those middle notes, I think, might be where there's some wiggle room as far as the gender neutrality of this fragrance comes in, because the spice in the beginning, while it's really beautiful, it definitely comes off as more masculine, while other spices might lean more feminine. But in the middle, we've got that geranium, which is going to be fruity, rosy, sweet, traditionally floral. And I think that could play really nicely over time. Then we've got the violet. Now, violet is intensely green as far as a floral goes. And I love that because to me, green always is like crisp and clean, and I love clean fragrances. And I feel like we don't get a ton of cleanliness in men's fragrances. Then we have the carrot seeds, which are a little bit spicy, herbal, and earthy. And the saffron, of course, which is like honey-like sweetness and earthiness. So I think if you're somebody who's looking for something that isn't as traditionally feminine, like, but you want something that's a little masculine, powerful leaning, this would be great. And then if you're a guy looking for something that's just different, like, you're gonna love this. So our bases are patchouli, leather, and amber. And the patchouli, of course, is woody, green, earthy, mossy. Leather is going to be smoky, leathery, warm and sexy. And then amber is warm, rich, and elegant. All of these come together really seamlessly. There's nothing in here that seems like it's fighting. It just all blends together really well. And this, to me, for men's fragrance would really easily wear from day to night because of that cleanliness. Like, it has the cleanliness of the florals and the herbaceousness, but then it has the sexy, you know, heavier patchouli, leather, and amber. So I think that during the day, just because the longevity of this is so great, you're going to get that herbaceous floral, and then by night on your body, it's gonna be that patchouli, the leather, the amber. So I think this is a really special fragrance. It's just not for me. Now let's get into Thousand Palms. If you want something that is truly unique, stand out, different, unlike anything you or anyone you know has smelled before, this was made for you. To help you understand what makes this fragrance so unique and it has created so much buzz, let me just tell you about the notes. The top notes are bell pepper, petite grain, and pink pepper. This is a trust the process fragrance. The middle notes are tuberose, coriander leaf, and mango, and the base is patchouli, heart, amber woods. I love this fragrance. This fragrance is like the feeling of walking through a garden in the summer, smelling fresh vegetables, clean air, the sweetness maybe of like the sweat on your skin. It is just so distinct and different. And I think that this would be such a great scent for summer. This truly captures that feeling and like fondness for me of thinking about growing up in Tennessee and my parents heirlooming plants and going out and picking things for dinner. And so it probably is hitting on my nostalgia. Again, for me, this longevity and projection has been incredible. Of course, we want that. We want to get good value for our money, and the Extrait de Parfum from FULTON and ROARK is a great way to do that because you only need a little bit to go all day. This to me is more day wear than evening, but it's just like, it's just unbelievable. So that bell pepper at the top is crisp green and a little bit herbal. The petite grain is also green, but it's floral and a little citrusy with just an underlying kind of current of white flowers and orange blossom. And then the pink pepper is going to be sharp, spicy, and peppery. And when you first spray this and smell it, it is so crisp, vegetal, that it is like, it blows you away. My family, I made them all smell this to see if they could guess what it was, and they're like, it just smells like a summer garden. And that is so true. Then we get into the middle notes, that sharp, spicy, peppery pink pepper. And then we have the tuberose, which is plush, white florals. It's sweet, it's creamy. So bringing just a little bit, like softening the crispness of some of that open. And then the coriander leaf bringing the peppery, lemony, woody kind of vibe to those middle notes. And then we have the mango, which is like one of my favorite fruits, like sweet, so sweet, juicy, but there's nothing saccharine about this fragrance. The patchouli heart is going to be woody and really grounded, and like heavier. And then the amber woods are warm and resinous. And then of course, anytime, you know, everything's going to be different on your skin. It's going to bring out something unique in everybody. This, see how much that sprays when it sprays? Oh my gosh. I love this fragrance. So this is the one I love. Matia's great. It's just not for me. Thousand Palms is just unbelievable. The wear on this is incredible. And I love how this changes over time. So on me, that I love the opening of the bell pepper. I feel like when I put this on in the morning, that crispness is really energizing and helps kind of elevate my mood. But over time, it really mellows and sweetens on my body. I think probably some of those, like the amber woods and the tuberose on my skin kind of heat up, and that's what I'm experiencing more. So I have something that's like still crisp, still fresh, but just mellowed down a little and a little like sweeter and more skin-like. I love this. It is so different, and it will definitely be a conversation starter. I think you guys will love it too. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.